Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the Timespent show. So this week we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I ran out of plywood. It's nighttime right now and I'm lazy and I don't want to drive to a hardware store to buy more wood. But I do have these two pieces of little wood lying around. As you can see, or at least I hope you can see, there's a little bit, one of these guys is a little bit taller than the other one, so we're going to saw that off with a handsaw. Let's do it. Guess who figured out how to use open source music? This guy. So we're going to start out by measuring that longer piece of wood, and then I'm going to clamp it down to the table. And as you can hear, I actually kept the audio from this time lapse because I really enjoyed the kind of ASMR that happens when I start sawing. So when I do start sawing, which is now, I'm going to stop talking and just let you enjoy those soundy sounds. So now we're back at my overhead Lazy Susan, and we're going to glue these guys together with some Gorilla Glue. You can see me clamping the two pieces of wood together now, wiping off the excess glue, turning it over, wiping off the excess glue on the bottom side. So I actually taped the holes on the other side. It was too quick to see, I guess. I'm going to fill in the holes with glue, as you can see right now, so that we have a smooth surface. Filling in a little bit more glue, and then we're going to wait 24 hours.
24 hours later.
So this week I actually just used acrylic paint, and I'm going to see how that works instead of gesso. So there's that first coat of acrylic paint. There's the second coat. I'm going to wait for it to dry. All the way dry now. Adding a little bit of yellow. Going to move on to some red and some magenta using this cool palette thingy that I got from one of my family members. Yeah, just having fun spreading those colors out. About to start pouring. Here's the pour. It's acrylic mixed with water this week. A lot of movement happened this week. I'm really happy with the time lapse that I captured. As opposed to me talking about how the pigment is moving, I'm just going to let you watch it move and have a little bit of that fun music.
"24 hours later.
So you may be asking why 24 hours. It's because I poured way too thick of paint and it wasn't dry even 24 hours later, as you can see here. And I made a big old mistake. In my haste, I was trying to paint the edges with that red color on the right side of the screen. I tipped it up, as you can see there, and then it kind of smooshed on that top left-hand corner of my workstation. And so to cover up my mistake on that smooshed portion of the paint, I'm actually going to make some of those red lines that you see now in that left-hand portion of the piece, and then also in the top right-hand portion of the piece. As is the staple, or one of the staples of these shows, it's me calling myself out on my mistakes. I think this mistake actually made the piece better in the end, so I'm actually happy that I did that. I wasn't happy when it happened, but I'm happy now, so yeah, so just kind of having fun with it. And here you can see me actually finishing painting the edges with that red color.
"4 hours later.
So here's the grid section. Here's that first vanishing point in the bottom center of the screen. And filling in that first vanishing point, all those lines. There's that second vanishing point in the right-hand side of the screen. Filling in that second vanishing point with all those lines. And if you want to go back and see where either of those vanishing points are, I have timestamps in the description. Here's the ink time lapse. Here we go. As is the tradition of the show, this is the moment for everybody to take a breath, including myself. And this time, while you're breathing, we're going to listen to some open source music, which is pretty exciting for me. So I'm gonna stop talking, let that music fade in. I'll catch you on the flip phone. So you just saw me finish filling in the whole of the piece with those perpendicular lines, and now I'm filling in that grid one more time with ink on top of the ink. Done with that first vanishing point, moving on to the second vanishing point, working from left to right. And we're almost into awkward outro time. Wait, no we're not. Still got to do the outline. Maybe I should add more music here, but I kind of, like, the song's over and I feel like people are going to notice. So, you know what? You're just going to have to bear with my voice for a little bit longer. It's going to be about 10 more seconds. So, yeah, almost done here with that outline. Awkward outro time in 3, 2, 1. So there you have it. Another week gone by, another piece of art, and another awkward outro time. I had a really fun time this week making a piece of wood like this into a piece of art like this. Thanks again for joining me this week. Thanks for sticking it out to the end, and I'll catch you on the flip-flop. Peace.